Dear students, I'm here with the explanation of our sixth chapter of Honeydew. This is Jody's fawn. Jody expresses his sympathies for the fawn that has just lost its mother. He seeks his father's permission to raise the fawn. Jody's father, Penny, is put in a fix, as the mother of the fawn was killed in order to save Penny. He could not refuse Jody's plea, for that would be disgraceful to leave the fawn starving while the fawn's mother gave new life to Penny. Jody further explains that since he is a big boy, he would not need much milk and his portion could be used to feed the fawn. Jody informs his mother that father has given him permission to bring back the fawn and raise it. The mother becomes anxious as she is worried about the expenses to maintain the fawn. However, both Jody and Doc Wilson help her and understand their obligation towards the fawn. Millwheel assures Jody's mother that he would help Jody find the fawn and also bring them back home. On reaching the place where his father had been bitten by the snake and the doe killed to save the father, Jody asks Millwheel to leave him alone. He was worried that if he was unable to find the fawn, his disappointment would be difficult to hide. And if the fawn was still there, he would have liked the meeting to take place only between the two of them. He therefore lets Millwheel know that he would now manage it on his own and Millwheel should leave. As the sound of Millwheel's horse's hoofs faded away, Jody began to look for the fawn. The moment he began to enter the scrub, he saw buzzards, who sat in a circle around the carcass of the doe. Jody had to scare them with his bow and they flew into the adjacent trees. It was difficult to manage that this was just yesterday when he had seen the fawn along with its mother doe in the same place. Unable to find it, he began to look for its small hoof prints, but perhaps last night's rain had washed them away. Finally, Jody managed to find the fawn. It was found in a pitiable state. It was perhaps in a state of shock from the events of the last night, as it was shaking when Jody found it. It made no effort to either rise or run. Jody came close to it and stretched his hands towards it and tenderly stroked its neck. The fawn became excited because of Jody's familiar touch, and Jody wrapped his arms around the fawn's body. Jody took the fawn in his arms and started taking it home. Jody was afraid that the fawn may get out of control on seeing its dead mother's carcass lying there. Also, the legs of the fawn were surprisingly taller and it was heavy. Jody tried to balance the burden of its weight and its legs that were constantly getting entangled in the bushes. Only on reaching the intersection with the road home did he put the fawn down to take a little rest. Jody is exhilarated when he realizes that the fawn willingly wished to come with him. He recalled his father telling him that if the fawn had ever been carried, it would follow on its own. At first, however, the fawn does not move, so Jody had to come back to pick up. But Jody was really tired and so he had to put it down again. This time, the fawn willingly began to follow him. A little later, Jody picked it up again and carried it in his arms. Jody reached the gate of his house and he wished to carry the fawn directly to his father's bedroom. The father was glad to see that Jody had found the fawn. At that moment, the father felt that the eyes of both the fawn and Jody shone equally brightly. Jody then went to the kitchen and poured some milk in the gourd to feed the fawn. The fawn refused to drink milk from the goat. Jody dipped his fingers in the milk and offered to the fawn, and the fawn sucked then greedily. Jody lowered his fingers into the gourd and directed the fawn to take milk from the goat. The fawn refused again. It took milk as long as Jody's fingers were immersed into the gourd. Jody was ecstatic to feel the fawn's tongue against his fingers. This is all about the chapter. I'll be coming back soon with the next chapter. Hope you all have understood. For any queries, you can WhatsApp me on my WhatsApp number. Take care. Bye-bye.